Last week, we came out as flat as we possibly could after getting our first 2 wins, our first win streak of the season. It wasn't first 2 wins. We had one earlier in the year, but first time we won 2 games back to back. Then we faced top of our division, the NFC East, and the Dallas Cowboys. And we were able to put 2 touchdowns on the board in the fourth quarter, but that was it. Now, arguably, going to play the Eagles, who are a better team on paper. However, they're not performing as well. They're 5-4, 2 games above us. And we're going to need to put together something that's a lot better than what we saw last week as we continue on here in the Washington Commanders Replacement Squad series. One thing to note, in between episodes, I did make a change to the roster, bringing in Jeremy Ruckert. If you were on the channel and watched the Ohio Only Challenge, you know how good Jeremy Ruckert was for us. He was a 3-year, 1,000-yard receiver. And he's never been higher, I think, for me in that series than maybe like a 71, 72. So we know he could be really good. And he will be replacing Josh Oliver, who I think has maybe played in 3 games this year because he cannot stay healthy. So we will be releasing him. We end up having to pay out a little bit in dead money, but it is what it is. We're going to go younger with talent that I know can play very well with Jeremy Ruckert. So he'll be our number 2 tight end moving forward. Now, we need to get back on track, and hopefully we can find a way to do that against the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's get this home battle underway. Johnson boots us off, and it's not a good one. We basically caught already at about the 20, so good field position to start for the Eagles. And quite obviously, we're trying a new uniform set today. Maybe that'll spark some good play from the team. So we're wearing the black helmet, black pant with the red jersey top. Doesn't quite go. Don't know if I like it, but we'll see if it grows on us. And the main goal on defense is going to be trying to stop Jalen Hurts, whether it's passing, scrambling, as he looks to do here. We'll actually do both of them. Not going to go for a first down, as number 13 had to come back for it. Takes a hit from Shaka Toney. And that was actually Alan Lazard who got the reception there. Will be 3rd and 1 here, as I assume they would hand it off, maybe read option. But they do just straight up hand it off with some space for Sanders. Yeah, Sanders, and he'll get to the 45. First down quite easily. Obviously, in real life, we know Jalen Hurts just got a really big contract extension, rightfully so. However, his team in this universe struggling a little bit as we get a tackle in the backfield there from Monty Rice. Now, I say that they're struggling. They still are above 500, but you would imagine they'd be playing a lot better as Shaka Toney in a little bit of coverage there lets the sack arrive from Cashman. And with a great play there on the screen, that does bring to mind a question that I have for you all. Would you like to see a new look for our offense as we do get the stop here on 3rd down, 4th and 6? I'd imagine they punt, but they do bring out the field goal, kicking from just inside the 50. It'll be close to a 60-yarder. We'll see if they have the boot for it. It has the power, but not the accuracy. Goes just wide. Defense gets the stop. But I am considering a change to our offensive scheme. Trying to create a playbook that is a little bit more West Coast college-based. Thinking like quick screen passes, just quick passes in general with a few more developing plays. Spread teams out a little bit, try to create or get guys out of the box as best as we can. We're going to roll out here, find Stoner though with Huntley, who is starting at quarterback today. If you watched last episode, you know after halftime or during halftime, Cone was taken out of the game. Apparently he had been nursing a shoulder injury, so he's out today as Manny Fox gets the first down on the jet sweep. There isn't, at least so far, a timetable on Cone's return. So we'll still see a mixture of Huntley as well as Matt Ryan, as we have Justin Ross right down the field. Maybe a slightly better throw, and that's a touchdown. But it's nice to get Ross involved early. So he doesn't have the breakaway speed that he may have had back in college. That knee injury did take a toll. As we hand this one off to Turbin down the middle, we'll make it a gain of 4. But we know Ross still has some of that raw ability, so hopefully we can find that come to fruition in this series. As we're going to loft this one towards the back of the end zone, and Justin Ross is in. That may be his first touchdown with us in the Commanders Replacement Squad series. And as we are now in the back half of the regular season, I will start including a little bit more draft talk as we move along, as we find some guys. Like Goddard was found for a first down close to midfield. And that's an area of this defense we are still looking to improve at. The tight ends have continually been a problem for us. We can find some ways to fix that as Sanders has some space now. We get another first down, about a gain of 14. But yeah, if we could find some guys to help us out with the tight ends, that'd be fantastic. We have a lot of speed at the linebacker group, but we just don't have a great combination of cover ability and, well, tackle ability. As for when it comes to draft, what our needs are, I mean, really, any position I feel like could use some guys. We don't need a starter at one of the edge rushers, and we don't need any more help, I feel like, in the running back spot. But everywhere else is pretty much fair game. As we do have a 3rd and 8 here, going to bring the double A gap blitz. Shakatoni off the edge will get in Jalen Hurts' face. But just as we saw last week, as Sanders was hard to bring down, but just as we saw last week, when Dak Prescott was throwing out of just about every sack with a perfectly thrown ball, it's what we have here. Shakatoni will not be denied this time, though. He will get his first sack of the game. And that'll send us into the second quarter, where we have the lead 7-0 at home. And as a friendly reminder, as we start the second quarter here, make sure you follow the links in the description to my Instagram and follow there, where you could find out who is the player of the week on both offense and defense. After every game, I check the comments, see who you guys are voting for, who you think played the best. Then I make basically what is a football card, post that over on my Instagram to announce the winners of those. So make sure you guys are getting in on all of the content that I am producing, also on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Follow as many as you would like. Eagles get 3. And with all the shameless plugging over with, we're now in on offense. Starting our second possession here. Flip this out late. Bodden is going to get the essential like fullback read option. It's actually worked out really well. Gain of 22. Potentially something we could do in a play like that, although Bodden did really well, is potentially bring out Turbin or even Hales for that position strictly on those plays, as Simi Fehoko has a one-on-one and can't quite get it. He actually did an amazing job of beating Darius Slade Jr. down that side. He just simply outran him. Fortunately, we couldn't quite put the ball on him, as Borgie has some space here for a first down run, gain of 12. And I'll stick out that same formation. This time we're going to send Ross deep. He also already had a really good play, but we're going to find the, well, last week offensive player of the week in Alton Campbell here down the sideline inside the red zone. Really happy with his progression. It's his rookie year. He's honestly been playing extremely well. Excited to see what he could do for us as we move forward, as we flip this one back out to Bodden, who's not going to have as good of a next run. We'll bring out Matty Ice here on 2nd and 10 in shotgun. We got trips to the left, one to the right. This is going to be a run right down the middle for Borgie, who keeps pushing forward. Gets down to the 3. And we'll keep him out there for the goal line formation, trying to get him more touchdowns this year. It's been a little while since he had one. But someone call the cops, because our center just got murdered. Jordan Davis just demolished our guy, as we're going to make some hot routes here. We're going to have Fox go on the zig, couple slant options. Going to end up rolling out here with Huntley, who will have Ross, who can't grab it. Should have just scrambled. Instead, now we have a 3rd and goal. Try to set up some more read option here. We have some space. Can we get by the first defender? No. Excellent tackling there by Epps. 4th and goal. Do we go for it? And of course we're going to. That's what we've really built this team on doing. So 4th and goal, Matty Ice checks in. He's going to roll out. Do we have Justin Ross at the backside? No, he drops it. It'll be a turnover on downs at the 5. We were so close, yet so far from extending that lead. But you know we're going to have to bring some pressure here. Try to keep them close to the goal line. Unfortunately, they do get 6 on this play. But they do drop to shotgun on 2nd down. Tony would love a safety on the season. See if he could get back there. They go with another run, this time a read option. Nice job there by Johnson. Read that beautifully and stayed in front of the block. Now on 3rd and 4. Can we get back there? Shaka Tony will get another sack. Not going to be a safety, but it will force a punt deep in their own territory. Now with a minute 51 seconds on the board, we need to move the ball 49 yards to the house to widen this lead here before half as we find Dylan Stoner on the wide receiver screen, and that is more of like what I was referring to earlier with a new style of potential offense we can move towards. Feel like that would also do well for Jake Cone, or Jack Cone, I always forget which it is, as you know, doesn't have the strongest arm, so if he doesn't have to throw the ball as far downfield, that might help us out. However, how long will Cone continue to be our starter? Who knows as we hit the off season what changes might end up coming, as we're going to get a pass to the outside here. Ross overthrown by a Matty Ice, who has yet to complete a pass. So on 2nd down, we'll bring Huntley back out in his shotgun formation. It's going to be the first time we're going to see Ruckert here as he motions, I should say, over to the left-hand side. They cover that very well. Huntley going to have to roll out and throw away a late hit on the quarterback, but no penalty thrown. So 3rd and 10, we do bring out Matt Ryan yet again. But they have an awkward amount of players located in the box here, so let's try to set up a run. It ends up not working out too well for us. But on 4th and 7 at the 29, I'd surely like to go for this. Hard count, no one jumps. Huntley sitting in the pocket waiting, will deliver a beautiful ball to Manny Fox, who heads down the sideline, stretches, not in. Call him out at the 1. Well, it was risky to go for it, but they draw up a nice play, and they now have a 1st and goal at the inch line. Jordan Davis dealt with very well on this play, and Borgie will cap us off with a very short touchdown run. Well, so far in this game, things going a lot more smoothly than they did last week, but this team struggles when they hit road bumps. We'll need to see them play a complete game before we could say that they've bounced back. It's only not even 2 quarters into this game yet. There's under 40 seconds now left here in the first half. Sanders breaks a tackle, avoids another defender. Is anyone going to get back there? Pursuit by Artie Burns brings him down inside the 10 as they call a timeout. And that is all it can take to drastically change the course of a game. Getting a touchdown late here before half could really swing momentum for them as they're going to find Alan Hurts? No, Alan Lazard. That's who it is. Inside the 5, trying to make another audible, get someone going, and good good pass rush. At least gets Hurts moving, throws it away. Now on 3rd and goal, they come out with only 2 receivers to that left-hand side, 2 tight ends to the right. Will be a pass, and they will find Goddard for the touchdown, narrowing their deficit just before half. And after a 1-play interception drive for us and then a 1-play nothing play for them, we will head on into half. 14-10, we have a slight lead. The stats here, pretty close. The turnover didn't quite matter because that was that interception just before half. Luckily, it didn't come back to bite us. As, are we going to have a team? Here we go. Here's a team. Raiders and the New York Giants currently losing to the 8-1 Raiders. 17-14 going into half. Taking a look at the second game, dropping all the way down to Florida. Tennessee Titans taking on the Buccaneers. 21-7. The 3-6 Bucks taking it to the 7-2 Titans. And for the last studio update before we jump back to our game, the Cowboys taking on the Chiefs, tied game. A little under a minute and a half going into halftime. Chiefs 8-1, Cowboys 7-2. Now let's get this ball to start the second half, get to running, and just calmly, smoothly move the ball downfield and retake a 2-possession lead. Or at least that's the game plan. We'll see how well we can actually execute it. First and 10, we'll hand this one off to Borgie, who has some space to that left-hand side. We'll get about 7, maybe 8. The interior of this Eagles line have been playing really well. It's the outside that hasn't been as secure, as Borgie will find some more space here, tries to break to the outside before getting dropped by, I believe that was Epps and Gardner Johnson. But I do believe that was probably his longest run of the day. We will go for a pass here, though. Try to shake things up a little bit. Gonna have to step up with Ryan. Will be a sack, loss of 7. And with that hit coming in on Ryan, he'll head to the sideline as Huntley comes back in. Looking for some corner routes here, because we're gonna have to just roll out here, try to throw this back inbounds. Turbin with a nice adjustment, gets the catch. It'll make things a lot more manageable here on 3rd. And we'll go with a read option here. Just need to keep an eye on that right-hand side. They bite in on the run. We don't get the block we were looking for, but Huntley lowers the shoulder. But the refs don't give him the first. So on 4th and inches, with that ball basically sitting at the line to gain, we'll hand this one off down the middle. Bodden with his 3rd play will actually get a good chunk out of it. Just trying to keep a steady rotation of all of our players. Offensive line, quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. It's the only way this offense can keep moving as Borgie gets a nice bit of blocking there. And now he's up to 6.6 yards a rush. And now 2nd and inches, we could look to take a shot deep. So let's go with a little bit of play action, see if we could draw anyone down. No one really does, so we'll dump this one off Bodden. We'll get the catch, get a few yards out of it. Trying to get everyone involved here today. Simple completions are better than incompletions. As we go with a little bit of a cutback here, or counter I should say, but will basically end up just being a dive down the middle for 5 yards. And now the Huntley formation can head on out. Hales back next to him. Bodden as well to lead the way, possibly. Again, depending on what the outside guy does here. They stay true. We'll hand this one off. Hales will find a few. And on 3rd and 2. It looks risky to go with this receiver screen, so let's go with a quarterback draw here. Huntley's out there. We'll get a run to the left-hand side. Apparently my dog knew it wasn't going to be very good. He probably heard her bark, and it wasn't good. Tackle basically at the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of half a yard. So on 4th and 4, we'll head out. Going for it yet again, despite us being up. But we're going to send Stoner in motion for a little bit of some jet sweep action. The corner follows. Can we get a corner? Pun intended, we do. And we get the first. But now can we catch the Eagles defense sleeping as we now send Fox across. Hand it off to Borgie, who has some space, but it closes quickly. Borgie's looking for his 2nd touchdown of the night. 2nd and goal at the 3. Try to find some space here. Riddick with a really nice tackle. Now, is it Riddick or Reddick? I feel like it might be Reddick, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before on name pronunciations. But we'll hand this one off. Borgie down the middle, stuffed by Jordan Davis. And on 4th and 1, we are lining up to go for it here. That fullback triple option. As we'll hand this one off down the middle. Turbin spins off of a guy and falls in somehow. Don't ask me how. Could possibly be reviewed. Should possibly be reviewed. But as it stands, we're in for another touchdown, widening our lead. Turbin just bouncing, spinning off of guys, falling forward. This might give us our best look. Through Dean and Reddick. That knee never hits. And it is a touchdown. And if I'm remembering correctly, the Eagles were the team that we first beat in this series. Our first ever win, I believe, was against them. So far, seems like we can play pretty well against them as a flag does come down here. And that will be called on Jason Kelsey. Too far downfield. I'll take it. 1st and 15 as they come out with trips to the left-hand side. Goddard at the end of the line. Shaka Tony's going to get back there, laying another hit on Hurts. That's actually his 3rd of the day. And not too long ago, we talked about him needing to have some 2-3 sack games to get back on par with what he was doing last year when he finished with 19.5. And he's done that. He's getting back on track. He may even end up having a better stat sheet than he did last year, which might be hard to understand. He did go up to a superstar dev with all the sacks he had last year. Could he possibly be our first X Factor? Only time will tell. 3rd and 11 here with an empty look. Hurts in the backfield. Send quite a few guys out. Have one guy open, Sanders, who has to sky up for it, and he can't even come down in bounds with it. So essentially, with the game on the line here, 4th and 11, they're going for it. Have some guys going deep. We have to toss it deep. I said we have to toss it deep. We have to cover deep. Didn't work, though. We had to pass Goddard off to Reed. And once again, Goddard comes up clutch. I feel like he is definitely one of the underappreciated tight ends in the league in real life. As they go for him once again here, close to the first down, 2nd and 1. And he's definitely part of the matchup that we struggle to do anything against. The tight end position just continues to give us trouble, as J.R. Reed almost got the pick off that overthrow. But they'll come out here with a heavy look on 3rd and 1, a shotgun, triple tight end, single back look, as it will be a Reed option that we bite on. J.R. Reed whiffs on the tackle, but will still get involved in it. First down gained. However, Reed definitely did at least enough to slow down Hurts. It could have been a lot worse than a 3-4 yard rush. Obviously, it gives him a fresh set of downs, but like I said, could have been a whole lot worse than what we did get. As I think all my corners were messed up, but it doesn't matter. Another iffy throw there from Hurts. Almost led to an interception there by Monty Rice. 2nd and 10. Some crossing routes. They go with Sanders, who will get the catch for a short gain. Now on 3rd and 7, can we get some pressure while still providing at least decent coverage? We do not have the free rusher, and they will have an open receiver who does take a hit. But I will say we've pretty much shut down Smith today. I think that was his first catch. And indeed it was his first catch. 16-yard gain, though, so at least comes up at a big time for them. As they're down 11, about 4.5 minutes left in this game. They're going to set up the halfback screen, but that goes off of, I think it was Shakatoni's shoulder. Now a bunch look for him as Hurts drops under center here, and check all of that. No longer accurate. They now have 2 to the right, 1 to the left. We'll bring a quick blitz. Shakatoni tried to get around the edge. They had one guy who blocked 3 guys, and that provides plenty of time for Sanders to get the catch and into the end zone. But can the Eagles make it a 1-score game, a field goal game more aptly so? Yeah. No, they don't count him as catching that in the end zone. So no 2-point conversion. It's still a 5-point game. Well, if there's ever a time to be able to run the ball, now's it. 1st and 10 to start our drive back at the 20. Turbin actually checks in. This is normally the formation Borghi runs in, but not this time. And of course, we have the clock ticking away. Those will hand off Turbin once again, try to find some more space, and it looked like there might have been a little bit more, but we'll just go for another 2 yards. And now on 3rd and 6, can we find the edge? This time, it will be Manny Fox getting the jet sweep. See if we can get around a few different guys who they very much did protect the edge, but Manny Fox will get it down the middle instead. Just some great vision by the undrafted rookie receiver. 1st and 10, now under 2.5 minutes. Borghi will check back in, rolling over defender, gain of about 7. And that also will send us inside the 2-minute warning. So who is player of the game? Will it come down to whoever seals that one last final first down? Or is it Borghi, who's just been reliable today? As we overrun our block on the edge, you saw Huntley try to come back to allow time for the left tackle to get out there, but it just didn't work. So we have a 3rd and 5 instead. 1:55. Eagles have used one of their 3 timeouts. We'll hand this one off Borghi, who tried to cut back. A great tackle once again. 2nd timeout called. But from here, though, you really have to punt. And a really good punt it is, or was, as they're back to the 22. They can win this game if they could get a touchdown. Shakatoni could also cover a little bit, at least on the screen passes. But yeah, a touchdown for them puts them up. A field goal does not help them out. So, defense. We cannot allow a touchdown. Nice pressure there. Pass not accurate. Was intended for A.J. Brown, who was coming across the middle fairly wide open. 3rd and 10, we're going to make a slight audible here on our coverage. As they pass deep once again, going to find Goddard. How many times is he going to do this to us? We continually get them in a 3rd and long, and we get caught switching up our defense. Eagles are now down to the 15 with less than a minute remaining. Again, we cannot allow a touchdown here. Shaka Toney comes in, not going to get the sack. They get the ball out to Sanders, who will get a few yards, 5. They're sticking with the hurry up. 2nd and 5. Get Shaka Toney off the edge again, who whiffs on the sack attempt. They will get Sanders, but he does not come down out of bounds. They will have to call their last timeout. About 10 seconds left. Defense has to get the stop. 3rd and 2, a tackle. Inbounds, not in the end zone, will win this game. They've gone to Goddard many times in this situation. Although Hurts is looking to scramble here, this is for the game, and they throw back. Lazard, with 3 seconds left, puts the Eagles ahead. But they aren't done. They want the 2-point. There's only 3 seconds left. There's really no point in it. If we could get no, okay, well, we still don't get the pick. I was going to say, if we get the pick and return it, we could win. But now we have 3 seconds to win this game. But who's it going to be? Who do we go after? Ross only has 85 speed. Fox, can he get by anyone? Simi Fehoko, I don't think he's had a catch today. We only have one shot at it. Matt Ryan has come in as he has the best possible arm on this team. Simi Fehoko, we went for him. He had stepped out of bounds. The Eagles come back and claim this game. 3 seconds left on the clock. Well, we go from a 2-game win streak to a 2-game losing streak. But you just can't hate the performance of this game. I mean, came down to the wire. A lot of different guys got a shot to make plays today, and they did. We just ended up not getting the running game to give us that last first down that we needed. And I can't even be mad at that game. I mean, it was a fun game to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you're hitting that subscription down below or my bear icon on the bottom right. Hit the like button. Comment again who you think was the offensive and defensive players of the game of the week, or players of the week. But now we have to move on. Next opponent, surprisingly, is doing worse than we are. They are 2-8, and they are the Los Angeles Rams with a 79 overall offense, 80 defense, 79 team. They still have Jalen Ramsey, so again, we're probably going to stick more to the run. Maybe try to slowly, possibly shift our way towards that more college-style offense. Spread the ball out, get it out quick, might be on some screens, short throws, occasionally take a shot deep. A lot of running mix in there. That's the best of what we do. So let me know what you think of that style of offense as we potentially work our way towards that. Defense, we make plays here and there, but it's by the same few amount of people. We're not seeing a whole lot of big plays by a variety of players. And primarily, I just want someone to start doing something against the tight ends. If we were able to slow down Goddard today, I don't think the game comes down to that last drive where Lazard gets the winner. But we'll try to build on that as we move along. Like I mentioned in the game, we'll start to see a little bit more scouting involved in each episode. So make sure, like I said earlier, you guys stick around. Hit those subscription buttons. Tick that bell icon so you're notified of when my videos go live. This series is posted every Monday and Thursday. We also have the state-only challenge that's posted every Wednesday and Saturday. And the My Career, or My Player, might be a better term for it, over on FIFA 23, posted every Tuesday and Friday. So 6 videos a week, a lot to look forward to. Stick around, and until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye.